Welcome everyone to the coverage of the Indian Supercross Racing League by Seat Tyres, and this is the sighting lap for the 250cc Asia category where Ikshan Shanbag has gone down for Big Rock Motorsport.
That's his second big crash today, and I'm wondering if he has rung his bell. He's still feeling the after effects from that first crash in Pune.
Folks, we have so many young riders in this category, a total of 12 riders from 3 different countries. 7 of them are Indians, but the leaders are all Thai. Thanarat Penjan from Big Rock Motorsport winning a couple of races last time, and that puts him up in the lead of this championship. But so many Indian riders, so many Indian Supercross champions on display here, 7 of them to be precise, and this is going to be a big showcase for all of them.
Absolutely. Thanarat Penjan, the Thai rider from Big Rock Motorsports. Wow, he put on a fantastic display of racing at round 1 in Pune, as did Ben Holgren for Mahiti's racing team, and of course Atherson Radreo. So looking forward to seeing what these guys have got for us here in the first of the 250cc India Asia class.
I like that you mentioned him, because we've got so many new names as well in this championship. We've got a couple of them actually. Firstly, we need to go and talk about of course, from the Gujarat Trailblazers, Zabi Mullah from Goa, who's now racing for the first time. And also, another rider from Goa has joined the grid. It would be Alex Sequeira from the SG Speed Racers, whose dad, by the way, is also a former Supercross champion. And that's where they discovered him at a memorial event for him. So he's going to be joining. And also for Rise Motorsports, we have Chala Sin, who has also joined the lineup. And they are just learning the track, learning the series, so they've not had the best practice times, but they're going to be interesting competitors to watch for.
And of course, they get a gig or a card to be able to race here, Samil, because of, unfortunately, we had a few injuries during the week. Riders out trying to get on Supercross tracks, trying to practice and to get their craft better for this weekend. And unfortunately, haven't been able to find their way to the race this weekend.
Yup, we've had Jay Jadhav, Anand Aditya and Jinendra Sangvi unfortunately not racing in this round. Hopefully they're going to be back the next time out when we go to Delhi in a couple of weeks' time. But that's Ikshan Shanbag after this crash, just trying to get up, walk his way through and get to his bike. And a word on Ikshan Shanbag, he is just 17 years old, a TVS Petronas Racing factory rider as well, and a former 85cc national champion. The kid loves to push his limits, even though he's been falling very, very often, unfortunately, and even though he's got so many injuries, he keeps on getting out there and keeps on just pushing the limits of that bike and himself as well. Because yesterday, Lee, he had one of the biggest crashes I've ever seen, and what happened after that?
Well, have a look here. He is absolutely covered in mud from head to toe. But you're exactly right. I thought that he was getting carted off yesterday and popped into an ambulance. Then he comes out in time qualifying and he's riding like nothing happened. So he's like Superman, like the Man of Steel.
And after, so he crashed, by the way, trying to execute a big triple jump. That's over, what, 20 odd meters long. He crashed after that, literally was stretchered off the track, came back in 20 minutes later, and he was totally right. What is this guy? I don't understand him. But we should speak also of the 3 leaders in this championship. Thanarat Penjan for Big Rock Motorsport is on 40 points. Atherson Radreo with 32 points for BB Racing. And Ben Prasid Holgren for Mohite's Racing, who, by the way, has been impressing everyone. He has 26 points at the moment. And the interesting part, these 3 riders, Thanarat, Ben Prasid Holgren and Atherson Radreo, were separated by each other by literally 1/10 in time practice. In fact, Ben Prasid Holgren and Atherson Radreo had a difference of 0.03 seconds in time practice. That's like the difference between Ranveer and Rishi Kapoor. Visually, that's nothing, but it is oh so significant in the moment.
Yeah, and I think one of the interesting points was the eventual pole setter, the fastest in time qualifying, Thanarat Penjan. He wasn't the fastest right the way through. I think it was like the last 30 seconds of the last lap. He managed to pip these guys at the post and get the fastest time. So I don't think he's going to have it all his own way here tonight in Ahmedabad.
15 seconds board is up. So many Indian riders on display. This is going to be their opportunity to shine underneath the bright lights. Soon the 5-second board will be up. And the gates are dropped for the 250cc Asia class. It's a great start for Thanarat Penjan on that number 71 Big Rock Motorsport line. He gets the whole shot, and Shlok Kodbani from Rise Motorsports, an Indian rider, was in P2 as he gets passed by Rukrit Barbajay in the bike number 9 for SG Speed Racers. So 2 Indian riders in the top 3. It's Rukrit Barbajay and Shlok Kodbani.
trying to pick up their number 112, Atherson Rodreo, the Thai rider for BB Racing. He was one of our fastest riders in practice. However, he finds himself back in 6th place at the moment. And we have had, is that, I believe that is Ikshan Shanbag that perhaps has gone down off screen on the triple once again.
That is unfortunate for Ikshan as we see chaos at the start. But it is Thanara Benjan once again leads from the very front. This guy did it twice the last time out. And in this 5-minute plus 2 lap race, he's got it all set up. And here's what happened to Ikshan Shanbag. Did a bit of a cross jump and the front wheel didn't even move properly.
Oh, wow. The number 21, Prajwal Vishwanath, I do not know how he managed to survive that encounter with Ikshan Shanbag. He was blessed there to be able to keep it on 2 wheels because that could have been absolute carnage. The Big Rock Motorsports rider, Thanarat Penjan, out at the head of the pack. And he's got one of his main competitors, Ben Holgren for Mahites, back there in 2nd place.
Main competitor and also one of his very good friends, because both these riders have been racing each other for years in Thailand. In fact, both of them Thai national champions, and they know exactly what each other's game is, as we see Thanara Benjan leading. And Ben Prasad Holgren, the last time out, he had, unfortunately, a big crash from the lead, which he claims was a technical issue. Now, he finally has the bike, according to himself. He finally has a bike with custom exhaust, custom suspension, and all these things you need to make a bike go faster. Do you see a difference in his riding league so far?
Yeah, look, I think he looks a lot smoother on the bike than he did at round 1, and he's certainly taking the fight up to our race leader, Big Rock Motorsports rider Thanarat Penjan.
And in the meantime, while we have the 2 Thai riders doing incredibly well, we also have so many Indian riders. In fact, Rugved Barguje from SG Speed Racers is currently 3rd, an incredible result at the moment as it stands for him. But why don't we listen to some of the Indian riders and know what they have to say about these races?
In India is very first time. I think it has happened before, but for me it's first time, and it's something really big happening in India after a long time.
Like all Indian riders, they're waiting for this moment. It's the game changer for all of us.
Being from the Asian rider and being an Indian rider, it's a complete, complete different feeling.
So I'm getting a lot to learn, corner skills and jumps, and starts, and how your mindset should be. So I'm very happy to be here.
Just be confident on the bike and as well on the jump, because it's a big jump. So it's not like I can go double-minded. If I want to hit, I have to go 100% or just leave it.
Incredible to hear from all the Indian riders, and so much is learned about the mentality here while competing against these incredible Asian riders, especially from Thailand and Indonesia. But these two, Thanara Benjan and Ben Prasad Holgren, are putting up a masterclass. They are 9 seconds ahead of any rider behind them, and this is quite something. In the meantime, we've got yellow flags waving on track. A rider has gone down, and that would happen to be Alex Seguera for the SG Speed Racers, who's making his debut. But Lee, I need to talk to you about Atherson Rodreo, because he didn't have the best of start. However, he's clawed his way back up for the BB Racing team and has passed Rugved Barguje for P3.
Yeah, Rodreo is doing exceptionally well, but he finds himself with a 40.6 lap time as his fastest. Unfortunately for him, the 2 Thai riders ahead of him, Thanarat Penjan and Ben Holgren, are both down into the 39. So Atherson Rodreo is going to have to pick up that pace ever so slightly if he wants to start to reel those 2 riders in.
And Ben Prasad Holgren, well, it's going to be quite a challenge for him. He's currently lapping literally almost the same lap times as his main competitor, Thanara Benjan. The gap is barely a couple of hundredths of a second, which for context is faster than you can blink your eye. Incredible racing right at the top. And that delta isn't closing up, right? Because now that we have just 30 seconds plus 2 more laps left to go, the time is running up with Ben Holgren, and he can't quite find that extra pace to be Thanara.
Well, it looks like that gap between 1st and 2nd place is staying very, very similar at the moment. A little bit of a mistake there for Big Rock Motorsports rider Thanarat Penjan, but it didn't seem to cost him much time whatsoever.
And another interesting story, a word on Rugved Barguje. He was lapping in the 44-second mark earlier on in practice. Well, by the way, guess what? He's actually shaved off a whole second this evening. This is incredible. This is the kind of progression we love to see from our Indian riders, who are gaining seconds on the track every single day. But the 5-minute countdown is over and done with. Just 2 more laps left to go as Thanara Benjan rounds across a big traffic jam.
So as it sits at the moment, Big Rock Motorsports with the lead from Mahite's racing team, BB Racing in third, and SG Speed Racers. So our franchises, that's how they sit at the moment.
And there is a big lap there by Tanarat Benjan as he goes past some of the lap riders. And this means, by the way, he's done one more lap in comparison to all the other riders racing here. He's currently lapped every single rider apart from Ben Russell Holgren. This is a statement. It would be like winning a test match by an innings and then 9 wickets.
The gap staying very similar back to Ben Holgren in second place, but you're exactly right. Tanarat Benjan is putting on a clinic at the moment in front of this Ahmedabad crowd.
One more lap left to go for Tanarat Benjan as he comes across the final couple of corners. And as we watch Ben Russell Holgren as well, this is going to be an incredible weekend for him. He finally gets a bike that works according to him. He finally has new parts that are absolutely tailor-made for the way he rides in. And for Ben Russell Holgren, the 295 Supercross champion, it may not be a win, but these points are still very valuable because as it stands, he would jump all the way up into P2. Tied with Silverado, believe it or not.
Yes, but it's all about Tanarat Benjan at the moment because he is staring down the barrel of 3 wins from 3 starts as he has race 1 here in Ahmedabad. An amazing job. Checkered flag in readiness, Sunil.
Yeah, he comes there. Tanarat Benjan for Big Rock Motorsport wins in the 250cc Asia category. That is utter domination. He won by 3 seconds ahead of Ben Russell Holgren. But best, guess what? He's lapped every other rider barring Ben Russell Holgren. That's 9 other riders that Tanarat Benjan has lapped in a 5-minute plus 2 lap race. Tie domination all the way through as we have 3 dry riders on the top step of the podium as well. And this is a beautiful moment. Ben Holgren, Addison Brodero and Tanarat Benjan all celebrating and showcasing the dominance of Thailand in this 250cc Asia category.
They are certainly showing us how it's done here at Ahmedabad. It's all about Tanarat Benjan. Let's have a look at our replay heading into turn 1.
We saw Tanarat Benjan get a hold shot. This means he was the fastest rider across the first corner. And then Rugved Barguji had an incredible start as well for the SG Speed Racers. He would ultimately come back home to finish in P4. An incredible result for him. But then Ben Russell Holgren got a big move on Rugved to move up into P2. And after that, Ben and Tanarat were in a league of their own. But this was the big crash. Ikshan Shanbag going down on one of the rhythm sections. This must have hurt a ton.
All kinds of action here. Now, while we're seeing this replay here, we've just been given our insight here. A disqualification for Cedric Subaros, number 85, from Big Rock Motorsports for bad behaviour. He has been disqualified from race 2.
That was for the 450cc international category, and we should chat more about that when those riders come back. This, by the way, was big news. But at the end of it all, it was Tanarat Benjan jumping and leaping away into the distance as he won the race from Ben Russell Holgren. And Ben Holgren tried everything. The 2-time Thai Supercross champion gave it his all, pushed at every single corner. In fact, they were lapping at the same lap times. But Tanarat Benjan, he got the ultimate good job. He got the whole shot and got the big win for the Big Rock Motorsport team. That's win number 3 in the championship for him right now.